Most people think ChatGPT is a search engine or some kind of super brain that knows everything. It's actually neither. It doesn't look up facts like Google, and it doesn't think the way humans do. Instead, it's a master of probability. Every sentence you read, every word you see, is a prediction, a guess based on patterns it has learned from massive amounts of text. So today, we're going under the hood to understand how billions of numbers turn into something that feels like human conversation. ChatGPT is what's called a large language model, or LLM. Large because it's trained on an enormous amount of data, books, websites, code, and online discussions. Language, because everything it understands comes through text. But here's where it gets interesting. ChatGPT doesn't see words the way we do. It sees tokens. A token isn't always a full word. Sometimes it's just part of a word, or even a piece of punctuation. For example, apple might be one token, but a longer word like friendship could be split into multiple tokens. And to the model, these tokens aren't words at all. They're numbers, more specifically, vectors, long lists of numbers that represent meaning based on context. In this mathematical space, words like king and queen sit close together because they often appear in similar contexts, meaning language becomes geometry. But early AI had a big problem. Before 2017, models processed sentences one word at a time from left to right, just like reading a book. The issue? They would forget the beginning of a sentence by the time they reached the end. So if a sentence was long, context was lost. Then came the breakthrough, the transformer architecture, introduced in the landmark paper, Attention is All You Need, and at its core is something called self-attention. Here's an easy way to think about it. Imagine you're reading a mystery novel. You come across the word he. Instantly, your brain connects it to a character mentioned pages earlier. That's attention. Now imagine doing that for every single word in a sentence all at once. That's what transformers do. ChatGPT looks at your entire prompt simultaneously. It weighs which words matter most and how they relate to each other. This is how it understands context, not step by step, but all at once. Now let's talk about how it learns. First, pre-training. This is where the model plays a massive game of fill in the blank. The cat sat on the blank. It does this billions of times, learning grammar, patterns, facts, and how language flows. But at this stage, it's not very helpful. It can generate text, but it doesn't know how to behave like an assistant. That's where the secret sauce comes in. RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback. Real people review responses, they rank them. This answer is helpful. This one is confusing. This one is inappropriate. And the model learns from that feedback slowly. It gets better at being useful, safe, and aligned with human expectations. Now here's the most fascinating part. When you ask ChatGPT a question, it doesn't write the whole answer at once, not even a sentence. It predicts one token at a time. It calculates the probability of the next token, chooses one, adds it to the sequence, then repeats the process again and again and again. That's why responses appear word by word. You're literally watching probability unfold in real time. And one more thing, ChatGPT isn't conscious. It doesn't have thoughts, beliefs, or awareness. It's a massive mathematical system, predicting what a human is most likely to say next. So here are the key takeaways. It uses transformers to understand context. It uses tokens to process language, and it uses RLHF to stay helpful and safe. Next time you see that blinking cursor, remember this. You're not just chatting with AI. You're watching billions of numbers, weights, and biases, calculating the probability of a single word. That's it. Let me know in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next